this project you'll need a background of some kind. I'm using a 7 Gypsies card that's covered with pattern paper on both sides. Scissors. You'll need 2 2-inch squares of paper. You'll need scrapbooking tape. This is just acid-free Scotch tape. A punch. I'm using a 1 3/8 inch square punch. Some regular adhesive. This is just my regular ATG tape runner. A die cut. And a little bit of scrap paper along with a craft knife and a glass mat. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your little die cut, you're going to put some adhesive on it, just like so, and then you're going to stick it onto your scrap paper, like this, and then placing it on your glass mat, you're going to cut around it. So hold on a second while I do that. Okay, see that? Now this is why we didn't use too much adhesive. I'm now going to peel apart these 2 layers. I'm just going to stick my fingernail in there. And I'm going to peel them apart. Okay, perfect. And we're going to put those aside for just a minute. Now, I'm going to take my card, and I'm going to take my punch, and I'm going to just punch out a hole. Okay? Now, I've already pre-punched this just because it was quite thick, and I wanted to make sure I could get through it. Then, I'm going to take my squares. I have 2 of these. And again, using the punch, and I do like to use my punches upside down so I can see where I'm going. I'm going to punch out a square. And when I'm left, I have a frame. Now, I didn't center this one very well. But the good news is I happen to have 2 that are already done and have adhesive on them. So on the front side, I'm going to adhere my frame over the opening. Just like that. Very easy. And on the back, before I do anything, I'm going to take a little piece of embroidery floss. Can you see this 6-strand embroidery floss? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it apart because I just want 1 strand. And then I'm going to pull it apart so that I just have the single strand of embroidery floss. I'm going to place some more adhesive on my butterfly die cut. Remember that I pulled apart? Oops, maybe a little bit more adhesive. I'm going to place my embroidery floss down the center. And then I'm going to take this other half. This is in fact the die cut. I'm going to put the 2 halves back together. Now they are sandwiched around that embroidery floss. Just like that. I'm going to place it die cut side down. And then I'm going to take a tiny bit of this acid-free scrapbooking tape. And I'm going to use it to secure the ends of the butterfly. You want this to be pretty taut. I can see I've got a little extra tape here, so I'm just going to use my scissors to cut that off. Okay, so once you have that, you're going to cut off the excess string. Then I'm going to take my frame, which I already have adhesive on. I'm going to place it over the tape and over the opening so it'll hide all those mechanics. And then when I flip it up, you can see I have a very awesomely cool little butterfly that'll spin on command.